Welcome back to the farmstead. Today we're going to make a meal in muffin tins. In our big muffin tins we're going to make little meatloaves. In our bite size big one we're going to make loaded tater tot bites. And in our little silicone one we're going to make dessert, individual cheesecakes. So come along, let's get this started. I've got the oven preheating to 350 and we're going to start off with dessert. Yes, we're cheating a little bit. That's okay. Alright, so we've got our little muffins, our little silicone muffin pan. It's a little flimsy, so I'm going to put it on a little cookie sheet just because it's easier to handle that way. Alright, so to make our crust first, I'm going to use about half of this package of graham crackers. I'm going to put them in a bag. Break them in half. Oh, need a cup. Got 2 tablespoons of sugar. Got a cup. And we're just going to mash these up. There we go. Pour these in with my sugar. I need a little bit bigger bowl. There we go. That's better. Alright, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Half a package of graham crackers. And I've got 2 tablespoons of butter that has been softened. It's been sitting out for a while and it's pretty soft. So we're going to get that all put together. And you can melt your butter if you want. But I think this is going to work fine for us. Alright, I'm going to take my little spatula here. I'm going to spoon just a little bit into each one. It's not going to take much because we're going to have room for our cheesecake. Now, this recipe is probably going to make more than this, but we'll put that in a bowl and Papa can have one all to himself. I like doing little things like this, especially when the kids are over, the grandkids, because it's just fun. These are going to pop out of these little silicone molds very easily. Alright, so I'm going to stick these in the oven to crisp up for about 5 minutes. Now, loaded tater tots are very simple. All of this will happen later. I've had these out for about an hour, so they're nice and mushy so we can work with them. I'm going to spray my pan because I don't want them to stick. Alright, so I'm going to take one and I'm just going to mash it down. And this is another great time to use our little scoops, cookie scoops. They just work great. So I'm going to put one in each compartment. And then we'll mash them down. And then they'll bake with our meatloaf. And once they're done and nice and crispy, we will fill them with, oh, lost one. We'll fill them with sour cream and cheese and bacon bits. And they will be the perfect size to go with our meatloaves. That one's still a little frozen. There we go. It must have been on the bottom. There they are. Easy peasy and ready for the oven. Now at this point you could put some salt and pepper, some seasoning salt, other seasonings that you might like. But for me, I'm just going to leave them like this. I've got nice clean hands. Let's mix up our meatloaf. And this is pretty much just my standard meatloaf recipe. We're just going to put it in a smaller pan rather than a loaf. Uh-oh. I'm just using a 1-pound package today because it's just me and Papa, and that'll be plenty for the 2 of us. Now, I don't think 1 pound will fill this up. I think maybe I can do 6 or 8. So I'm not going to spray every little spot, but I am going to spray at least 6, 8. There we go. Put in 1 egg. That just helps bind it all together. I'm going to put in some breadcrumbs, about a 1/2 cup. I'm going to put in 1/4 cup of ketchup, and then we'll put some on the top. There we go. And a teaspoon of seasoning salt. Then I'm going to go in. You can use a spoon or a spatula, but hands are just the best tool. Alright, so there we go. All mixed up. Now, let's see if I can divide this out pretty evenly. There's a 1/2. See if we can get it into those 8. I bet that'll work good. There we go. Now, I am going to set this on a baking sheet when I put it in the oven in case we have a little juice run out. Don't want my oven to be a mess. Might should have used a scoop for these too. Ooh, that's a little much. There we go. Alright. Ketchup. I'm going to squirt a little ketchup on the top. Just like I would if I were cooking meatloaf in a loaf pan. Alright, there we go. And I'm going to put these and the tater tots into the oven for about 30 minutes. And I'm going to keep an eye on those tater tots so that they don't get really burnt. Our graham cracker crusts are all toasty and they've cooled. And we've got the other one. This one I put back in the fridge, and the butter on it will harden back up and keep it in place. So let's make our mix. You can absolutely make real cheesecake if you would like. Today I'm not. I'm just using this Jell-O cheesecake mix, which is very good. Now you could add strawberries to the top of this. You get all kinds of toppings. Got this all mixed up. It's starting to thicken up pretty good. And I'm just going to scoop some into each one. And this smallest cookie scoop is perfect. It took me a long time to invest in these good cookie scoops, but I use them all the time. For all kinds of things. These little cheesecake bites are such a hit when you have a crowd. You can put them on a tiered tray, different kinds, different flavors. Folks can walk by and grab them. Perfect. All right. And there's one for Papa. It's a Papa size one. Right. Into the fridge to chill. Our tater tots baked for about 15 minutes, and they're nice and crispy on the bottom. Still a little soft on the top, but they're ready to come out of the oven. And the meatloaf stayed in there for another 20 minutes before it was ready to come out. And so there we have it, our muffin meal. Give it a try sometime with all of your favorite things. Thanks for watching. See you next time.